Hey friends, you're watching BrainStormAcres. I'm Henry. Today's trip is down to Chino Valley for Irene's dental appointment, then on to Prescott for some other things we have to do. We're taking Rufus along so he gets some more life experience. We'll see how that goes. We're not really sure how much time he spent around other people and other things, so we're going to find that out. Not sure how much footage we'll be able to get, but we're going to get some. Okay, go in there. Come on, Rufus. Come on. Nope, not in there. Come on. Rufus, come on. Come on.
Take a drive? I don't think so. Hey, calm yourself down. Calm yourself down, dude. I know you're too excited.
We're on our way back from Irene's dental appointment and a bunch of other errands that we did today. But I wanted to stop here and talk briefly about water. This is the commercial side of the water station here on the ranch. There's a large size hose that connects to large water trucks. Now, the reason why this is so important is because we had a fire out here on the ranch yesterday. There was a propane fire and somebody lost an RV and a shed, and there's other damage. But having this water here saves a lot of precious time. It's about 5 miles to where the fire was. To go into town from here is another 20 minutes each way. So having this ability to fill up the water tanks for those brush trucks that came out, they came out from Seligman, which is almost 30 miles away, and from the other side of Ash Fork. So it's nice that they could actually get water to continue replenishing their supplies on those brush trucks. The brush trucks only hold a couple hundred gallons. We just got home from the day's worth of trips to Chino Valley and Prescott. It was another 8-hour day. That's kind of what happens when we go to Prescott or Flagstaff or most any other place that's an hour or more away. We have a lot of things to get done. Irene spent about an hour in the dentist's office, and then we took Rufus and we went and did a bunch of other things.
Well, we made it home in one piece, and it was a really long day. For me, well, for Henry it started about 5:45 because Rufus woke him up and wanted to go outside. For me, I woke up at about 6:05 with Rufus banging on my back with his feet, going, "Wake up, Mom, wake up, Mom." And I did a teeth cleaning this morning with the dentist and drove all over the place and dragged Rufus all over the place because we're trying to get him some experience. He really is like clue-free about the world. So when we got to PetSmart today, my goal was to see if we could find a special treat that he cannot instantly destroy in 15 seconds. And all these fancy bone sort of chewy things that they tell you, oh, the dog will be able to chew on this for days. Yeah, most of them last maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and he's got them chewed to pieces. So we did find a brand of collagen chew that actually lasts for a couple of days. It is wicked expensive, but if we're careful about how we sort of meter it out and only give it as a super treat at specific times, we can make it last for quite a few days. So we were looking for that. I was also trying to find him a raincoat. Turned out they had every size except for the size we needed. And then I did find him a fuzzy warm coat, because even though we may not need it at home, it is possible that one of the events that we'll do in the next couple of months is sometimes chilly. The marine layer could roll in off the west coast, and it comes down over the mountains like marshmallow fluff, and then it's just plain cold and damp. And although Rufus looks very fuzzy, he's actually not as fuzzy as you'd think. He's coming, I can hear him jingling. One of the things we did today was got him a name tag that says Rufus on the front and Mom's telephone number on the back. So I wanted his tag for two reasons. Number one, it's a safety factor. He does have a microchip, but this makes it even easier. They don't have to go to a vet or someplace else to get it scanned. And another reason is he is the ultimate ninja dog. You can't hear him coming. Well, now because he has both a rabies tag and a name tag, you can hear him coming. So I'm hoping that'll help, because he sneaks up on us all the time and you won't hear him come up behind you. You'll spin around to go the other direction and you'll almost trip over a dog. So yeah, he was in a state of total tizzy when we got to PetSmart today, because Mom had been gone for probably close to an hour at the dentist. And even though he was with Dad had treats and all kinds of other stuff, he just works himself up into a total tizzy. He has serious anxiety separation problems and separation anxiety, I said that backwards, separation anxiety problems. And we've been working at it and it's been getting better, but today was just not a good day for that. So we were determined to see if we could at least get him out a little bit anyway. And what we wound up doing was, I was out in the parking lot trying to get him to calm down. And usually if I sit with him for a while and just let him absorb the environment, he calms down and then you can talk to him and stuff. But until I can get him to the point where he'll listen to me and do a sit or a down or a something, I mean, he was just inconsolable. So he was so worked up. And then he saw Henry go into the building, which made it worse, because then he wanted to know where Henry was. So he was going totally crazy on that. Got an alarm going off. There we go. And then Henry took him and we walked in together to the store, and Henry walked him in the store. And Henry got in his steps today. He probably did each aisle 5 times at least, because he just let Rufus take him wherever he wanted to go. And Rufus wanted to see every single thing in the store. Now, he didn't have any accidents. He didn't steal any toys. He didn't break into any food bins or anything else like that. He just wanted to see everything and smell everything. So he got to do that. And he did really well. And while he was doing it, I found, like I said, the raincoat. They had every size except the one we needed. I will still need to see if I can find him a raincoat, because there's times when we're at events that are warm, but it's raining. That could be that way in Pennsylvania, and I don't want a soggy dog. So, yeah, I definitely need still to find him a raincoat, but I did get him the fuzzy coat. We found him some treats, and yeah, it was actually a success in the long run, but really tiring. And we did a couple of other errands on the way home, you know, grocery store and stuff like that. And that's good, because some places Henry ran in and some places I ran in. And the whole point is to get him used to the idea that if we say we're coming back, he will believe us. And he knows it'll be okay. Now, Jack had that problem too, but he didn't get himself worked up into such a tizzy. He would just kind of go on high alert and never take a nap until you came back. Rufus has got a long way to go on that. He made some good progress today, but he needs to get out more. And the hard part for us is because to get out more means a long drive. We don't normally go anywhere. I mean, we go to town. Henry will go to town to the post office. And once in a while, I'll go with him just to take Rufus out and get him some, you know, car time. He loves to ride in the car. I get his service dog and training coat on him, and he knows he's going to go for a ride in the car, and he thinks that's great. And he does fine while he's in the car because he has a big fuzzy bed there and all that kind of stuff. But when one of us leaves, the world ends. So we're going to have to practice that some more again. And it could have just been a bad day. I mean, you have days where it's just, I mean, just like people have bad days, dogs have bad days too. And you need to remember that. There's just times when, you know, I'll go down to work in the studio and I'll tell Henry, I say, I'm going to go do some glass, or I'm going to do this or that or the other thing. And I'll come up 20 minutes later and he'll say, I thought you were going to do some glass. And I said, no, hands are not steady enough today. I'm just too big a klutz. I'll set the place on fire. So it's just better not to do that. So, you know, there are things you can always do that are safer. And sometimes you just need to take that view towards a dog too, that they are having a bad day. But in the long run, we had a good day. We accomplished a lot. We got a lot of errands run. I can hear him jingling. He's a little itchy. We're still trying to figure out what makes him itchy. He had another bath this weekend with us. And I don't know. We may need to change his food still yet. We're experimenting. We're making sure he doesn't get treats with certain weird things in them. But it just may take a little while. He may just be getting himself upset too. So anyway. So that's what I think. Today was a long day. I am definitely tired. I am going to be looking forward to a nice quiet evening. Probably watching something mindless on TV. But yeah, we're making progress. It's just slow. We have to remind ourselves that we got him February 17th, and it's not April 17th yet. So we have not had him even for 2 months. Oh, he's found one of his favorite things, a piece of cardboard. He loves to rip up cardboard, and he doesn't eat it. He just spits it out. So every once in a while we let him have a piece, and he just thinks that's great. And you've never seen anything silly till you've seen him run around the yard with a piece of cardboard flapping in his mouth. So yes, it's a very inexpensive but fun toy as far as he's concerned. And it's biodegradable, so I'm not going to particularly worry about it.